today we are talking of friends project work. Uh, if we go back to the history of about 15 years back, we never gave importance to the project work as we are giving it today. So I would request the participants to share their views that why the project work among the academia, specifically the students, is becoming more and more important. Anybody would like to share his or her views on this topic? Why project work is becoming more and more important for the students? Any of the participants? We have the participants across India, so I would request that if they can share their views on this topic, why project work is so important now. Anybody? Any
Good
idea?
afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, myself is Vivek Kumar Singh
Yeah,
from Government Polytechnic Jatal Panipat.
okay, that's great.
Actually, sir, project works help to understand the concept in detail and also how to make a project, what will be the cost of the project, how to make the reports, and how to implement the theoretical knowledge into the practical application, how to design. These are the important parameters which a student learns into the doing the project.
Absolutely right, Vivekji, you are absolutely right. Because we need to convert our theoretical knowledge into practical knowledge so that when the students go out in the field, they join the industry, they are able to convert their knowledge at that time into the project, into the new work that is being assigned to them. Well, if we look back about 15 years, the more of the innovations or more of the design changes or more of the product development was a part of research and development team, what we call as the R&D section of any industry. But today it is a part of work of every officer of the industry. No doubt research and development section of the industry looks after the product development, but when we talk of converting our theoretical knowledge into practical knowledge and giving it a shape in the industry is now the job of every officer, every engineer in the organization. So that is why we are giving a lot of emphasis on the project that our students undertake during their tenure with us. Just to give you a small background, though we are everybody is aware how the India is growing as far as the economy is concerned, and the major portion of the growth of the Indian economy has been the industry. It can be a manufacturing industry, it can be a service industry, it can be a government industry, it can be a private industry. But the growth is coming from the industry. And in the last 5 years, if we look at the growth and the projections that we have, that we are going to be one of the top three countries in the world as far as the GDP is concerned, probably a lot of responsibility comes on the shoulders of our engineers and in turn on the faculty members of the institutes who mentor the students to grow in the industry. If you look at the figures that are available, probably we are one of the most talented engineers with us who have given their knowledge, who have shared their experiences across the world and are at the top positions across all the global industries. And if we talk of the contribution of the manufacturing sector in the GDP, we are still at about 15% of our GDP. Manufacturing sector is contributing about 15%, and we are uh, planning that by 2031 we should reach a level of 21%. That means the government of India is giving a boost to the manufacturing industry, and this can come only and only if our engineers are able to give a practical shape to the learnings that they do in our institutes. If we talk of the fourth to the fifth industrial revolution, we are looking at one of the most complex technologies in front of us. We talk about cloud computing, we talk about big data analysis, we talk about simulations, we talk about additive manufacturing, we may talk about anything. We are talking of a new technology which is being used by the industry and is likely to upgrade themselves in another few years from now. Now, even if it is a service industry, we look at the service industry from the point of view of the software industry, mostly which is taking care of the manufacturing industry also as far as the systems are concerned. Even there, the growth and the innovation is too fast for us at this moment to understand the change. And if we talk of the output or the expectation from our engineers, we are shifting over from the outcome based curriculums to impact based curriculum. We talk of giving them an inputs, and few years uh, if we go back, we were talking about the outputs. What is the input? What was the output? That was the goal of an academia or the educational institutions. Slowly and slowly, we shifted on to the outcome-based curriculums. What is the outcome of it? But today, the next generation is talking about what is the impact of what we are teaching. And when we talk of impact, friends, we are talking of what practical use is being done of what we are teaching them in the class. Are they able to make an impact on the society? Are they able to make an impact on the product they are manufacturing? Or they are able to make an impact on the services that are being provided? So from an output to the outcome to the impact base, that is the transformation which is happening and which is required today by all our students. And that's why somebody has said that you tell me anything as is generally being done in the classrooms and the students are likely to forget it. But if we show them some through some videos, through some models, the possibility is that they might remember what is being shown to them. But if we involve them as we do in our laboratories, as we do in our systems where we ask them to uh, work with their own hands, they understand the concepts because they are using those concepts with their own hands. But if they do it themselves, do it differently, do it as they want to do, they create something new. And that is what project is. That is where we need to take up projects with our students so that they are creative. They are not only the followers, but they are creative. I've shown you a picture of a tree with some roots which are quite complicated roots spread all over. This picture basically shows the hard work that the plant has done below the earth to be able to withstand the winds, the rain, and the sunshine. So, if our students have to understand and withstand the rains, the sunshine, the high velocity winds, they need to have a strong roots, which might be invisible to a general people. But unless and until they have a strong roots, they won't be able to withstand the high velocity of winds that is running around these days. When we talk of high velocity of winds, we are talking purely of the competition that is being generated globally for our industry. And that is why we call today the era of creativity and innovation. So when we talk of projects, whether the projects are live for the industry or not, we need that they should be creative, innovative, so that our students learn how to think out of the box, how to be creative, how to convert our knowledge into a practical use. That is what all projects is, and that is why we are laying more emphasis on project work than earlier. No doubt, theoretical knowledge is as important. Their presence in the laboratories where they do the different type of experiments is important, but when they do it with their own hands, according to their thinking, they create something new. Now, whether the projects are undertaken with the help of the industry or with the help of the academia, we have to ensure that our all students are creative and not followers. The era of following the boss, the era of following the seniors is no more relevant these days. They have to think differently, and that thinking, that process will come when they do projects of their own. And to beat the competition, creativity is the only solution. I was talking about, friends, the competition across the globe, competition within our country, competition within the sector in which we are working is increasing, and anybody, any organization, any industry, if he is creative, can beat that competition. If we remain as it is, we will perish. You can look at the products which we never use today. Let's talk of the Nokia, the first producers of mobile phone, is hardly seen in the market today because they could not create something which their competitors did. So, friends, we have to make our students more and more creative. And when we talk of the role of creativity in the industry, an individual or an industry can grow only and only if we have innovative ideas. An individual, whether he is looking after marketing part, whether he is looking after manufacturing part, whether he is looking into the services of the goods or into the service industry, unless or until they have innovative ideas, they cannot grow. Even if we talk of the IT sector, the competition is growing. If they are able to think something new, they are able to develop a software which is different from others, Only then they can survive in the market. So we need to have our students who are creative, who are smart in working, and who can learn new things. If we look back at the skill levels which are required today for any engineer, the shelf life of that skill level can be up to a maximum of 3 to 4 years. Because by that time, the technology would have changed, the requirements of the customers would have changed, and the innovations which might have occurred in the next 3 years can overturn the industry, the older industry, and can make them hard to survive. So, when we are talking of the industry requirements, when we are talking of the service requirements, when we are talking of the world outside our institute, it is our responsibility to produce quality products. When we talk of quality products, when we go to the market, we always try to find out how is the quality of the product is and at what cost. Similarly, employers consider our students as one of the product which is coming out of their institute. What is the quality of the product? Are they ready to cross fertilize the ideas? Can they integrate their teaching learning process with their jobs? Can they develop capabilities? So, when we talk of our institute, when we talk of training our students, projects has been one of the most valuable tools with us. When we talk of theoretical informations that is required by the students, yes, it is also important. But it is more important that how that information or the knowledge is used by the students. Now, many times a debate has happened that when the skill level which we are trying to teach to the students now, we are trying to make them skilled for a particular type of a job, and the shelf life is so small, how will they survive in the industry? Well, we talk of skilling now and upskilling at a later stage. If they are skilled today, they know how to use their brain and the hands together. Upskilling for them is not at all difficult. But if they are not using the combination of the brain and the hands together, upskilling will be much more difficult for them. And the base and the foundation of this skill of upskilling themselves at a later stage has to be laid by our institutes, our faculty, and our. Then another debate came that can we really make our students creative, or it is an inbuilt skill in the manpower? Well, we can make our students creative by giving them hands-on training. When we talk of how to make the students creative, which are suitable for the industry. Now, if we look at the industry expectations today and look at the requirements that they are generating, even today, when we say that the jobs are not available for the engineering students, well, I have been going around to different type of industries, manufacturing as well as service industry. Almost all of them have indicated that they have vacancies which have not been filled in the last 1 to 2 years, only because the skill level that is required by them is not available with our engineers. More so, they say that in many of the institutes, the academic knowledge, the curriculum knowledge, the subject knowledge with the students is of a good standard, but they lack in the implementation of that knowledge into the use which is required. That is where we always emphasize, can we give much more importance to the project work than the theoretical work? Can we try to make them more creative than what they are today? Can we design some learning activities to foster creativity in them? Because when we will be talking of projects, we will be talking of not ordinary projects, we will be talking of projects which are creative in nature. Can we teach them a variety of skills which can boost their creativity? When we talk of skills, variety of skills, if we look at today's scenario, and let's talk of a manufacturing scenario first, where the maximum growth is likely to come in the next few years. A person who is employed by an automobile company, an engineer I'm talking of, do you think that his knowledge about mechanical engineering is good enough for him to grow and sustain himself? Probably not. He will require some skills, first of maybe an electronics part or an electrical part or a software one. And then, over and above this, is he a team player? Can he work in a team? If given a project in the industry, can he take his colleagues along with it to complete the project? Can he think something new of his own? So we need to encourage them to think out of the box. Sharing of ideas, constructive feedbacks, all these things will matter a lot when we are talking of project work. Now, another discussion which has been going on in the academic as well as corporate sector is that the time allotted to the students for taking out or doing a project work is probably for diploma students might be two months, or for engineering students it might be 6 months. Is this time enough for them to be creative or do something new? That is where the role of the academia comes. Dr. S.K. Gupta has been working very hard to modify the curriculums in such a way that it takes care of the requirements of the industry. But implementation of those curriculums is in our hands. How many projects our students can do? And when we say a project, it can be a 1 hour project, it can be a 1 day project, it can be a 1 month project, it can be a 6 months project. The point is that they have to think something to complete or do a project. And that is why nowadays people are talking of project based learning rather than learning before projects. The academicians across the country and across the developed countries are of one opinion that learning without a project is not possible. So we are talking of learning while doing a project. Yes, they should have some theoretical knowledge before they take up the projects, but a lot of learning should come when they do a project. When they develop their own projects, their own plan, their own methodology to complete, and their own strategies to do, that is what a project is. And Einstein once said, I do not teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide conditions in which they can learn. So, friends, we are talking of project based learning. When we say project based learning, friends, we are talking of allocating a project which the students want to do. Students take their own decisions how to undertake the project. Students use their methodology to complete the project, and in the process they develop some skills which are required for their future. Students apply their knowledge, apply their skills to solve real world problems. That is what we call as project based learning, and a lot of these projects will come from the industry. The more we interact with the industry, the more projects will be possible for our students. And when we are talking of projects, we are talking of projects which are live projects. And now another debate which is being done in the corridors of the industry is, can industry allow mistakes or not? Today, friends, if we are talking of mistakes from the industry, yes, when we do innovations. So we were talking of the mistakes that are being done by the students while doing a project. Well, yes, but today the industry also feels that when the students, when they go to the industry, carry out something new, think something new, they are likely to commit mistakes, and that is acceptable to the industry these days. So we don't have to ensure that we keep on mentoring the students so that they don't commit the mistakes or commit the blunders. Let them do it. They will learn a lot from them. Coming back to academia first, how can we help them to take a project apart from the 2 months or 6 months project? Well, the new education policy, which has been implemented in various institutes, they are talking of less content and more practical work. They want that there should be a critical thinking among the students. They should be creative and multidisciplinary, and they should be able to absorb new knowledge. These are the basic objectives of the national education policy which has been introduced. And all these things are pointing towards a hands on training to the students. When we talk of less content, Fine, good, because a lot of information is available to them on the internet. A lot of information is available through blogs, but when we talk of converting that information into a practical use, that is where projects will come into force. And this policy is also talking about experiential learning. And experiential learning will come only and only when they work with their own hands. Let's give them the opportunity to do it, because experiential learning will give them a holistic view. It should be invention oriented, learner centered, discussion. All these things are a part of education policy, and for the benefit of the academia, if we go through it, the conventional LTP system, that is number of lectures, tutorials and practicals, they have made it more flexible. Learning activities like project work, laboratory work are being given more emphasis. And we have the flexibility to reduce our lectures and increase our practical work. Whether it is in our labs or as a projects, they have left it to the faculty members concerned. Similarly, when we talk of the role of industry now, people talk a lot about the industry. How can they help us to do the or help the students for the project work? Well, I'll just give you an example here. So, what is the role of the industry? See, for example, when we go for an industrial visit, our students go there, see how the industry is working. But is it possible? That they find out a small project when they are visiting the industry? The problems that the industry is facing, can they help to find a solution to the problem? Probably. We can find out small 1 day projects or 1 week long projects, work with them jointly to understand how the industry is working and what are they looking for. And in the process, we will be more creative. Now, which projects the student should undertake and how do we identify them? As I said earlier, that the industry can help them in different ways. One is that when they go and visit the industry, let's talk to them, get in touch with their senior officers, try to find out small live examples, live small projects which can help them to learn something. It can be a small project. The second, we can request them to come over to our institute. Instead of that, they deliver a lecture and go back. Let us interact with them. Let our students and the faculty interact with them and request them to allocate a medium term projects, maybe for a week or 15 days. In one of our experiments with the industry, we also sought from them, can they allocate a project which they feel are innovative in nature, and let our students work and find solutions. In one of the interactions with the industry experts, they gave us few projects for which they have already found a solution, no doubt in it. But still, they allocated that problem to the students. Students tried their own knowledge and came out with solutions which were better than the solutions which were implemented by their own employees. So it is not that the problem has to be which has not been resolved so far. It can be a problem which they were working, they could find a solution, but there are chances and probabilities of finding better solution. That is when we say, friends, that industry can help us to find projects which are neither too short nor too long. Similarly, we have done another experiment, friends. We have requested our faculty members to visit the industry and understand the technology being used by them. Now, we got two advantages from it. One is that the knowledge of our faculty members got upgraded because they had spent maybe about a week or 15 days in the industry to understand the technologies. And second, they could bring back few of the problems which the industry is facing for which they are looking for solutions. So when we say the projects for the students, we also say the project for the students mentored by the teachers for which the solutions have still not been found. And when we talk of learnings from the project, when we talk of the gains that the project will give to our students, it will also encourage collaboration. It will also encourage inquiries and will also encourage self-directed learnings, motivate them, and they will also try to learn the technologies in a different way. So when we are talking of academia industry interface for the project work, we have come out with one projects which are only maybe very short term, 1 day, 2 days a week. Projects which are proposed by the industry for 15 days or 1 month, and projects which are live problems which might require 2 months to 6 months time. And that is why we always say that teachers training at industrial houses is also becoming a necessity. Sitting in our institutes, we may not be able to visualize the type of problems that the industry is facing, the type of problem the industry had faced for which they could find some solution, but better solutions are possible. Unless or until our faculty members go and visit the industry, the actual exposure of the industrial world will not be possible. How we can, as faculty members, go there, visit, spend some time with them, find out the technologies they are using, find out the problems they have, and make some projects for them, we will not be able to mentor our students according to the industry requirements. Let the visits to the industry be structured. Let us pick up one or two odd projects when we go there. I said earlier also, let the industry people come to our institute, not to deliver lectures, but to interact with the students and shortlist some of the projects. There can be something which they are not facing any problem today, but they are looking for some innovations in their products. They might be looking for a creative answers to the future products they are proposing. And of course, We can also have short-term apprenticeship programs so that they can take up small projects. But all these things, in my experiences, is possible only and only if we have a strong relations with the industry. In most of the institutes, pardon my saying, we are trying to collaborate the industry with the students directly and are playing a part of only making them talk together. But unless or until the faculty is involved fully, this partnership between a student and the industry may not work. We may have n number of MOUs with the industry, but have we upgraded our knowledge? Are we as faculty members really creative, or we are just trying to build a bridge between a student and the industry? Unless and until we ourselves work with the industry, unless and until we understand the technologies they are using, we will not be able to mentor our students. So the collaboration has to be between the industry and the academia first, and then with the students. How many times these industry experts have come to our institute to deliver lectures? They have interacted with our students, no doubt. Some of our faculty members might also be present in those interactions. But have we ever tried to find out what type of projects the students can undertake? What type of projects the faculty can undertake? Now, we being a highly research oriented faculty, we might have written few papers, have done a lot of research, but have we ever tried to put our research into a practical use? Have we been able to commercialize our research with the help of the industry? So, friends, when we say the project work, the employment with the industry, meeting the skill requirements of the industry, the first thing we need to do is that we upgrade our knowledge to that level so that we are able to mentor our students for the projects they are being given to them. When I say mentoring, it does not mean spoon feeding. Mentoring is purely done just to guide the students if they are taking a different path. But let them think of their own. Let them use the way they want to use the resources. Let them fail. A failure of a project in the institute is not a crime. Neither so does is in the industry. So let us encourage the students to take up the projects of their own. We can also, as an alternate, collaborate with them to take long-term projects to solve the industry problems. The industry will be ready to fund it. We can offer consultancy services to them, but in all these, if we are able to make students a part of the journey, part of the collaboration, the learning will be much more. We can take standalone projects, we can take collaborative projects, we can have faculty development programs, we can have a lot number of things where our innovations can be shown to them and they can come and discuss what type of innovations they are looking for. And that is why somebody said today, if we teach today's students as we taught them yesterday, we will rob them of their tomorrow. We need to change our way of teaching from the classroom learning more towards practical learning, more towards laboratory learning, more towards project learning. If we are able to do that, we will be able to justify their growth in the industry. And when we talk of innovation and the role of the industry in innovation, friends, they are looking for students, they are looking for people who can help them in innovation. If we extend a hand towards them, they will give us the problems that they are facing or improvements in their present systems and processes, which can be projects for us as well as for the students. Some of the projects which the students have done based on the feedback from the industry, certainly some of them have created a websites, no doubt in it. The small scale industry or the medium scale industry is always looking for students who can develop websites for them, who can develop process systems based on IT industry. Today, you go to any small scale or medium scale industry, specifically the IT engineers, there is always something to be offered by them. A small scale industry is not able to place orders with big industries like Infosys or TCS to develop a software for them, but certainly they are ready to join hands with the academia to develop such softwares. Somebody has developed a PLC based solar panel cleaning system. Some of the students in an engineering institute, because the PLC, the solar panels are installed at the top of the roof and are generally not accessible. So a group of students said that we will develop a system which will help automatic cleaning of the solar panels after a fixed time. In Chandigarh, last year, the students took up a project of identifying the black spots in the night where the lights are not available. They came out with a innovative solutions as how those black spots can be eliminated and ensure safety of the people. Small projects. Another project which we came across was a fatal accident which has happened in a city where the electrical lineman was working on the electrical wires, on the electrical cables, overhead electrical wires. Though he had switched off the supply at the back end, but invariably somebody switched it on without realizing that the lineman is working on it and resulted in a fatal accident. Taking a clue from there, a polytechnic institute constituted a team of electrical engineer, an IT person, and one more person, 3 students. They develop a password-based circuit breaker. The circuit breakers were there, though the permit is taken by the lineman to so that nobody switches it on till he gives a clearance. But still, after the shift has changed from one person, the responsibility passed on to the second person, and when the complaint of no power came, he just switched on the circuit breaker. But this group of students developed a system. Whenever a circuit breaker is switched off for working, a password is issued. And that password always remains with the linesman, the person who is working overhead. Unless and until he comes back, feeds in the password, the circuit breakers cannot be switched on. Somebody made sun tracking solar panels, and all these are low cost projects, not time consuming, not cost consuming. Now, in a mechanical organization, we are aware that nowadays CNC machines are used, which are very high speed CNC machines. The spindle rotates at about 50,000 RPM. Now, many a times it has happened that the spindle starts vibrating, maybe for XYZ reason. The operator won't come to know because they are all automatic machines, and only when the machine goes under breakdown, the maintenance people will come to know about it. Some of the students who were there on 2 months training, when they came across this problem, jointly formed a team, put up few sensors near the spindles so that when the vibration of the spindle crosses a predefined level, a signal is generated and the machine can be repaired and rectified before it goes under breakdown. This project took them about 10 to 15 days with the help of the engineers of the industry and with the help of this team of young engineers who were still in the college, were able to find a solution to a problem which had been pending for the last maybe about 5 to 6 years. The present system was that on off days they used to check the vibrations of the spindle. If the vibrations are within limit, fine. If the vibrations were out of limit, they used to get it rectified. But here comes an automatic solution to the problem. You don't have to check spindle vibrations every off day. Somebody developed an app for a chemist to indicate the expiry of medicines. Somebody gave a signal to the owner of the electric vehicles if the temperature of the battery goes above a particular limit. So these are very small issues which got resolved through our students, through our project works. So this is what I was talking of students doing projects in the mechanical industry where the hydraulic system used to go under breakdown because of the vibration or motor temperatures. Developed a very small sensor themselves, put it in a small bottle, installed it, and the solutions were found. Just see how beautifully they have done it. Somebody developed a 3-speed gearbox of his own. Somebody was talking of flapping machines. So, but my point here is that whenever we go and visit the industry, we are able to find problems, or even if the problems are not recognized, we can certainly improve the processes which are being used. In many of the areas, the trainee engineers or the engineers under apprenticeship They have improved the ergonomics of the workers. When they go there and find that the worker is bending time and again, maybe about 100 times in a shift, they could come out with a solution, a low cost solution, which will help the workers to reduce their bending fatigue. They have also come out with solutions on how to handle heavy material. One of the team of the students came out with a solution as to how to handle thin metallic sheets, because those metallic sheets, when were being lifted by the workers, used to cause injuries in the hands of the workers. I am talking of small scale industry. I'm not talking of large scale industry where they can put up overhead cranes or they can use material handling equipments. I'm talking of the small scale industry with a turnover maybe 20 crores or 30 crores a year, who cannot afford to install those heavy, technologically complex tools. So they came out with a solution, very low cost solution, how to lift a thin metallic sheet so that the injuries on the hands of the workers doesn't happen. Somebody said, I'll measure the power being generated by a solar panel. Not that it is the meters are not available in the market, but he developed of his own. And that is creativity or innovation we are looking for through projects. So, friends, this is what I wanted to share with you as far as today's talk was concerned. I would now request, since all of you are so experienced in your faculty and in your teachings, let us share how you have been able to uh, give, allocate, and complete the projects of your students when they are with you during their academic career. Anybody would like to share? Because we have so many faculty members from different institutes. So may I request some of them to please share their views as how the projects have helped their students to grow professionally. Anybody? We have with us Archana ma'am. We have with us Devinder Gupta ji. Yeah, Archana
Hello.
ma'am, please.
Hello,
Yeah.
sir. I am Atman Gauri in college, Trichy, sir, from Kerala. Sir, I am from civil field, but in
Yeah.
my college, robotic students created on automatic machine. Robotic
Mm-hmm.
students, for that is used for copywriting, sir. The students
Mm-hmm.
are the same handwriting they are producing using the support of robot, means artificial intelligence and robots. That is the videos is available in YouTube, and that student is created not based on the project, but he has developed more than two or three projects like that, sir.
That's great.
One is this copywriting means some homework or record writing that is students are not take time, so they just input the data in their Word format. So what is our handwriting? They will be uploaded in the computer, so they will be giving the same handwriting in the paper, sir. So that developed by our own robotic students.
Yeah.
And
Please.
also, sir, in our civil field, we are collaborating with the NAPAC. We are doing some project related traffic safety, sir. So
Mm-hmm.
road accident data like that. So we are collaborating with the Kerala police and like that some government organization. We are doing some safety related project in our BTEC and MTech students for BTEC and MTech students.
That's great, ma'am. Ma'am,
Thank you.
do you feel that the students who are undertaking such projects, they have a better chances of getting a good employment?
Yes, sir. In our related to MBET, sir, in BTech, some students are doing the project not interested. That is a group project, sir, in BTech case. In MBET, they are doing in individually. So they are taking the project in the interested side only. So that is helpful for the employment, sir, in MBET point of view. In
That's
BTech point of view, some students are interested in structural or environmental related topics, but they are in some groups they are allotted for transportation or some related other area. They are compelled to do the project. That is the one reason, in its own problem, I am looking in the BTech project, sir. It's a group, sir. Four students have four different ideas, but they are not able to do the project individually. So they will be not interested in the project. Sometimes they are doing like this.
Okay, thank you, thank you. That's great. That's great. Rajeshji, you would like to add something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, our diploma student have developed one project, and our MSBT conducts state level project competition. Second prize is that of 50,000, sir.
Okay,
Uh,
that's good.
and based on that project, he is going to get job also.
Mhm. So, Rajeshji, have you entered into an MOU with any industry?
Uh, Actually, for MBA purpose, we have to do MBA MOU with the different industries. So we are trying to do MOU with that industry also.
That's good. That's good. That's great. That's
Yes, sir.
great.
Yes, sir. And our students means in second year they are having implant training of 6 weeks. So if they perform satisfactorily there, that industry is sponsoring their projects.
That's good.
At
That
least one
so,
or two projects are industry sponsored.
so Rajeshji, that means that the industry is also ready to sponsor some of the projects.
Yes, if they are doing the good work in industrial training in fourth semester.
That's good. That's great. That's
Yes,
great.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's great. So, anybody else?
Hello.
Yes, madam. Yes, please.
Morning, I've discussed the same thing with madam.
Mhm.
Last year we had, dealing with multiple projects with industry. As I know, I'm from
Mhm.
Vaishali Hybrid, from PV Polytechnic, Presented University, Mumbai. Actually, last year our student, degree and diploma student, they were working with one industry. They have given two projects, antioxidant industry, and this year we are working with four more projects with the industry, as
Mhm.
industry wanted to enter with different new oil blends and enter in the frying, they wanted to give frying trials to our students, and our students are working on that. And definitely it's a great learning experience to student, and
Ma'am,
it increases their employability also.
yeah, that's great. Ma'am, is it purely an IT based project or
No, I am from Department of Food Technology.
food
It's
technology?
it's a project related to food industry.
Food industry. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, do you feel that when you go there to the industry, such industry, there is a lot of learning for you also?
Yeah, definitely, sir. You, because it's an industry project, so and we always feel that no there is a gap between academia and industry.
Yeah,
So you need to study, as a teacher or mentor. You also develop yourself, and definitely students are also help. It's a great learning experience to students also and for us also.
okay,
So we
that's good.
try to connect many experts also, and so
Mhm.
that we also improve by using new techniques.
That's great. That's good. That's
Thank you.
heartening to note that you people are doing projects in the food industry also. That's good.
Yeah.
See, basically, if we talk of the today's technology, and if we talk of the students in our first year or second year, by the time they will pass out, there is no doubt that technology would have progressed much more than what we are teaching them today. But that does not mean that we will leave it to the industry to teach or to mentor for the new technologies. We have to build a base for them. Whenever they will go to the industry, if they are ready to work with their own hands, if they are ready to do something creative, they will do that also with the new technology also. We are sure about it. Our experience says that anybody, even if he has worked on old technologies, but is curious to work with his hands, curious to do something new, the technology which will come after 5 years, he will be able to adopt that technology, gain that skills, and use it very efficiently. So don't worry, even if the projects are based on very primitive technologies. Don't worry about that. Give it to them. The industry will polish them whatever the type of students will give, provided they are learn something in their institutes. So anybody who has would like to share what type of projects they are giving, we have Parul with us.
Sir, this is Helen Prabha from R&D Engineering College. I'm
Yeah.
audible, sir.
Please, ma'am.
Yeah, sir. In the seventh semester, we are doing professional readiness for innovation, employability, and entrepreneurship.
Hmm.
The three credit course we are giving. The students must meet the industry. Then they have to find the problem in the industry. They have to give the solution, and they have to present as a project, sir.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. So I think if we talk about in total, most of us are involved with the industrial projects. Most of us are aware that these projects are going to change the way our students think. They are going to change the students' work in the industry, and I'm sure that those students and those institutes which lay a lot of emphasis on practical work, moving ahead from the theoretical, they will have much more say in the industrial world in future. Yeah, Sandeep, would you like to add something?
Sir, just I wanted to share only ki how we are doing the project. Basically, I am a Sandeep and a lecturer in the Textile Technology Department in Panipat.
Okay.
This is Polytechnic College.
Mhm.
Basically, sir, for how actually, sir, we basically firstly we collaborate with industry and as a faculty member, we contact with the industry. Then choose the what will be the problem in the industry. Then he will suggesting ki these are the project that will beneficial for your student. So such type of project that we are doing right now.
That's great, Sandeep ji. So, Sandeep ji, you keep on visiting the textile industries in Panipat,
Yes,
or
sir.
they
Yes,
come,
sir. Yes, sir.
or
We
they
are
come to
always
you?
visiting, and we have also MOU with the industry.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
So, say for in 1 year, how many projects your students are able to do? Whether complete or not complete is not the question. The question is how many of them they start the projects.
Actually, sir, we have in the curriculum the minor project and the major project that is there. So in the second year diploma student, they are doing on minor project, and the third year diploma student they are doing on major project.
Okay,
That is totally related to the textile industry.
okay, okay, okay.
That will be the very small project basically, and these are the project that is suggested by the industry. They are suggested to me, and I am suggesting the student ki that you can visit the industry and you all can do it.
Okay, so do the students come in direct contact with the industry, or you keep on mentoring them during the projects?
No, sir. I am guiding all the students, and the industry will contact me ki that these are the problems. These are the small problems that we are facing when we are producing some product. So that on the basis of this, ki, that we can do the project, and there will be some
That's good.
analysis part. Either there will be some heat and trial method. Such type project that we are doing right now.
So you ever noticed the difference between? My question is, do you feel there is a difference in the knowledge of the students who undertake the projects and those who do not undertake the projects?
Sir, actually, this is totally different from the industry and academy because they are facing the real problem. But we are thinking ki this is the project that you can do it, but the project that is totally different of the industry project, basically. That I'm saying
Okay,
only.
fine, fine.
Yes, sir.
Shyam Parika ji, would you like to add something? You have raised your hand. Shyam Parika.
Sir, my name is Sham. I am from Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, sir. Rajiv Gandhi University, Andhra Pradesh. Sir, at our university, we have a 1 year long-term internship policy, sir, in which the student in his final year BTech, he is given an opportunity to work directly in industry,
Mhm.
and he is supposed to come and he is supposed to attend his final year examinations. So before that, in third year itself, we have included a minor project also, sir. In BTech third year semester 1 and BTech third year semester 2. And what we have observed is the students who are effectively doing these particular projects, so they are gaining a lot of knowledge, and these are the students who are getting this long-term internship opportunities as soon as the industries are coming, sir.
Mhm. Mhm.
So for the yes, sir.
That means, Shyamji, it does make a difference when the students undertake the projects.
Yes, sir. It is making a lot of difference, sir. Actually, and the industries were also quite happy with the quality of the students that they are recruiting, sir. And what we are aiming is, sir, we are aiming to have collaborations with more number of industries, such that the more number of students gets exposed to direct industry projects. I mean, now the percentage of students that we are sending to the long-term internship is around 30% in the department.
That's great. That's good. So that means our experience is that whichever students or whosoever students undertake the projects, and specifically when they go to the industry, try to learn the systems of the industry, they are at a much better position to get employment of their choice.
Yes, sir. True, sir. True, sir.
Thank you very much, Shyamji. Thank you so much